And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football Week 14 recap brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes representing the 8-6 Mary Marys. Joining me this week representing the 10-4 Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
And now the real season begins.
Representing the 6-8 Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, PoP Fantasy Football Kerouac Commissioner Dan Mahoney.
Guys, it appears that I might not make the playoffs.
Representing the 7-7 Cammed If You Do, Cammed If You Don't, the 2019 PoP Fantasy Football reigning champion, Jose Guzman.
I'm looking at it for as long as I can. Somebody else is going to end up with this belt.
And
Better write something else to introduce him next year.
And finally, our special guest for this week, representing the 8-6 Jackie Daytona Human Bartenders, it's Mel Pagsolingen. I spelled it phonetically and I still fucked it up.
I was told there'd be cake.
Jose, where's the cake?
Jose starts twerking.
I ate the cake.
Well,
I ate my feelings.
Hey, you and me both.
Yeah, I hear that.
well, thank you for joining us this week, Mel.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for having me.
Mel was in the chat for the Panels on Pages podcast this past Tuesday, and when we were talking about the PoP Fantasy Football podcast, he asked where his invite was for the show, and 2 days later, here he is.
Man, this is the highlight of my Christmas.
just in under the wire. We got one show left after this.
Well, let that be a lesson to any other GMs in the league out there. If you want to be on the show, just fucking hit us up. We'll get you in there.
Yeah, we're the hot chick in the club. You got to shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not coming over to you.
So, the PoP Fantasy Football regular season is in the books, and the first round of the playoffs is locked. 6 total teams were in the hunt for the final 2 playoff spots, and nothing was for sure until the conclusion of the most exciting Monday Night Football game of the year. Luckily, we've got 3 of the 4 playoff teams on the show tonight, so this could get interesting. For the recap, let's send it to Mahoney with the Week 14 scoreboard.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
All right. So, a couple of these games had very few implications. Like my own game versus Juan, where Juan and I slap fought to an 87-79 final.
What do you mean this had no implications? Juan kept saying if he won, he was going to decide your Kerouac punishment.
Yeah, Juan had no idea what he was talking about. Juan, about 3/4 of the way through the game, was like, wait, why do I care about this game? I was like, I don't know. I've been saying that to you for days. So, I don't know what he was doing.
Juan has kept his streak of being under 500, going now. He has a good streak there.
That is true. There was a point this week where Juan said that he didn't understand how the Kerouac worked, and that you couldn't blame him. You can't blame him for not understanding, because he's never been in danger of getting the Kerouac before. And we went back and looked, and in the 6 years we've been doing this league, he has been in danger 5 of those 6 years. It's like, you have no idea what's going on around you at any given moment in the day. You have no idea.
Well,
ridiculous.
If it's any consolation, we're gonna have to explain it to him again next year.
That's fine. He's listening to this right now, and he's like, I wonder who they're talking about. So yeah, our game was meaningless. I squeaked it out over him 87-79. It served no purpose. It slightly jumbled around the standings in the Kerouac when we get to the bracket for that, but really no big deal. But this next game, boy, all Vetter had to do, well, Vetter needed a couple of things to go his way, but Vetter had to win. He couldn't lose. No matter what he did, he couldn't lose. And he put up 125.5 points, which is a shit ton. That's great. That was the third most in the entire league. And out of nowhere, Kerouac competitor Goat puts up 154 points.
In the Discord, at one point, Vetter says, "All I need is Jared Allen not to throw to Stephon Diggs, and I'm good." And what does he do? Throw to Stephon Diggs all fucking game.
Yeah.
All game.
24 points. But this is kind of what we saw from Goat's team in the beginning of the season when he was on that tear. He was putting up big numbers like this. All of his players were doing this.
Derrick Henry, man.
Kind of, goddamn Derrick Henry, dude.
Yeah, thank God Derrick Henry took
Derrick
a week
Henry
off.
is running against the Lions. Oh, go ahead.
Derrick Henry took a week off when I played Goat, so that was nice.
Oh, well, that must have been
He
wonderful.
rested the stump on everyone else.
Yeah. This coming weekend when I face Goat, Derrick Henry gets the Lions, and that's just going to be really wonderful for me. I can't wait.
I don't know, man. Don't sleep on the Lions.
They have the worst run defense in the whole league.
Yeah, it's
they'll
going to be
fine.
bad.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
32 out of 32.
So many stiff arm posters
Yeah.
taken that day.
He's going to actually kill a Detroit Lion.
At the end of the game, he's going to look like The Rock in Hercules.
Yep.
He's just going to be wearing the Lions.
Yeah.
His
So
one
it's
arm
gonna
is
be
going to be so sore from giving all the stiff arms.
Exactly. It's going to be terrible. We'll
What's the
see.
new
We'll
Heisman
see.
pose? Just a stiff arm.
It's all right. I think I can still hang in there, so we'll see. But Vetter can't. Vetter goes into the obscurity bracket playing for standings, so that sucks.
For a while there, Vetter was projected to win. It was still close, but Vetter was projected to win, and then Goat just opened up a lead, and I saw it happen live, and I'm like, oh my. Could it be?
Unreal. Goat scored. Let's check. The highest
154.
points in the whole league. Highest points for the week.
By 0.5.
By a half point, yep.
Half point.
Yeah, man, would suck to have somebody score the second highest points in the league against him.
My team did the same thing. I mean, they scored a little bit more, but Herbert was not the Herbert he was the first 3 games I had.
All right, well, let's
what
talk about
happened?
it.
You know what happened? He went up against Bill Belichick and he broke him.
Yeah.
He's broken.
Well, good thing I don't need him anymore.
That's true. That's true. You don't need him. So let's talk about Jose and Tito's match. Jose puts up 108 respectable points. That is no slouch.
And it did not start that well, though. Like,
it really didn't. You scored like 30 points in the final game.
Hunt,
You were down in like
went
the
off.
70s.
Yeah, Hunt
was the one who
saved
came
my
through.
ass. Which is this? These were the weeks I wanted to keep Hunt for, so it was good to see that prove right. But like, it's a little too late now.
Yeah.
If he would have done that the past 3 games, I wouldn't have been in this position.
Yeah. He did outscore Tyreek Hill at least. So you have that.
Well,
to
yeah,
lean
but
on.
I traded Herbert for Hill.
Right. But you were gonna trade. You were gonna trade
Herbert
Hunt
for
for
Hunt.
Hill. So having Hunt this week was actually the better play for this match against Tito.
But
like this one
having
particular
Hill-
match.
Having Hill the past 2 weeks, this match I could have lost. It would not have mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Very fair. Yeah,
Hey,
because you lost the shit out of this match. Tito beat you 153.5 to 108.
And remember when Hill scored me 50 points?
Yeah, that was cool. That was so cool.
Jose and his lady came over Sunday to watch Red Zone, and as the 1 o'clock game got late and the 4 o'clock game started, we just every so often we would just exchange disappointed, just astonished glances at what the fuck was happening with both of our teams.
It was a wild. It's just wild because the Cowboys are playing good again. Like,
Yeah.
the whole league turned itself on top of its head. Lamar's pooping in the middle of the game. I mean, like, shit.
Coming out to throw 4th down touchdowns to save his team.
Shit is literally wild this year.
Literally.
All right. Well, skipped over them briefly because I wanted to get to that game, but well, you know what? No. No. I'm saving you for
We're
last.
doing that new thing where we're keeping any rookies we picked up on waivers, right?
No. Not doing that.
It's
Sorry for Mary.
I thought we voted on that.
So let's talk about Mary and Mel's match, because Mary and Mel's match looked on Sunday like it was like, oh wow, yeah, Mel is the unquestionable winner of this, and then Mary just started chipping away at that lead, and it got really close in the end here. Mel won 115.5 to 111.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling good at the beginning of the game. I was feeling even better when Lamar had to take a dump. When he came back, I was like, uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He took a shit for a whole quarter. That was a 15, 20 minute shit he had to go.
Hey,
take.
I've been there.
Yeah, sometimes it just never stops when you're trying to wipe.
I've been there.
He wipes.
It's always like
he
the
wipes.
ones. Every time I like need it to be quick, that's when I end up with the 15-minute. Just go, and then it's not easy getting all that shit off. And you can't shit with that like around your ankles with cleats on. So he probably had to get almost butt ass naked. He probably got butt ass naked, took his shit, jumped into the shower, put on new shit, and then came back.
Wait,
Because he was having trouble with his cleats the whole game. He changed his cleats like 3 or 4 times because he kept.
And then when he pulls his pants off and everything, they're all sweaty because he played a few quarters.
It's
Yeah,
like,
can't get
you
those back
putting
on.
sweaty draws back on?
it's like
So you're
putting on
just
a
screaming to the equipment guy, like, I need new pants.
it's like putting on a
And
wet
the other guy's like, I
swimsuit.
got pants, but we ain't got no underwear.
Odell Beckham's like, hey, where you at, dog? Where you at?
Oh, gross.
So Jose, you're trying to tell me that a 15-minute dump isn't one of your quick ones?
Well, I mean, 45.
Yeah.
45. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's a Jose 15.
You can't even walk. You gotta crawl out after that.
I run my shits like Chicago Union. Chicago 45.
Jose tells
And
time.
Break.
He tells time in dog years.
That's wild.
In Mel and Mary's matchup, a few of those Hunt plays go to Chubb, and she wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, but
Yep.
here's the thing: some of those plays aren't going to go to Chubb because of some of those were passing. Chubb's not in those.
Yeah, but still,
But Chubb still killed it. Mary had a
she
Chubb all
she
game.
needed one big play out of Andrews or Chubb, and not only does she beat Mel, but she's the fucking wild card because everyone else shit the bed. It's nuts. I keep telling her that, and it makes her sad. But I'm like, no, I'm not trying to make you sad.
team
I'm
in
trying
the running
to.
for the wild card, except for Mel, lost.
Well, technically, I was in the running for the wild card.
It just shows how wild the year has been.
Yeah, pretty wild.
You were.
Well, yeah, but you were also in the running for.
He was in the
You're a
running for the
regular
wild
old
card,
New
and
York
everybody went and lost, and he took the division.
Well, let's save that for last. Let's talk about Kelly and Shark, another matchup that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Kelly and Shark, a Juan and Mahoney type matchup. Kelly had a big time lead. Looked like he was going to be great. And then Shark comes out of nowhere and beats him 89 to 80.5.
To the point where Shark shows up in the Discord like, how did I win?
Yeah, it absolutely
Lamar
looked like
Jackson on the
Kelly was
bench.
running away with
Yeah,
it.
Lamar
he won.
Jackson taking a poop on
Yeah.
his bench with 36 points.
And then we finally talk him out of playing Jimmy Graham, and Jimmy Graham has a fucking day.
That too. The fucking
bad
Bears were having a real race on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, that and fucking his kicker. I mean, his backup got him 8, but his kicker got him 14.
Yeah, why did he bench
Yeah.
Rodrigo?
I have no idea.
Rodrigo
I wondered that
is
too.
It's something about
It must have
projections or something.
Yeah, it was 0.6 difference in projections. So he just
Yeah,
blindly
but
went by projections.
sometimes you just stick with your dude.
Yeah,
You gotta go with your
0.6
horse. You
is
gotta
the
go with your
same.
horse.
Yeah,
Like 0.6, that just rounds down. Like you're fine.
Rodrigo is basically Kelly's Younghoe, so you stay with Rodrigo, man. He had that one bad game where he missed that like game winner, I think it was. But other than that, he's been superb.
He's been one of the best kickers of the league.
Feeling kind of let him down a little bit.
Feeling.
4.5.
Yeah. I mean, look at these teams.
They're
Look at
fucking-
these two teams. 80.5 and 89. And both of their defenses scored at least 20 points. Like, if your
No,
defense gets you 20 points, you're expecting more than 80 for the week.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fucking Zeke, with Dallas puts up 30 points and Zeke gets you 6.
Yeah.
Those aren't the numbers you want to see.
And Kelly started out the week with his defense getting 20 on that Thursday night game where Cam got pulled.
Yep.
Oh,
Wowsies.
or you just can't throw.
I tell you what, though, I look at 89 from Shark. If I'm going up against him in the playoffs, I'm feeling kind of confident. I don't know.
Which you are.
Let's talk about how that happened.
Let's talk about this
How did
motherfucker.
Jason Nyes sneak his way into the playoffs?
From
Amazing.
From
The fucking
last,
impossible happened.
well, Mel said he was in last place too in his division at one point, and he snuck in as a wild card, and I was last place for a while in my division.
Cue up. You gotta cue up the Kevin Garnett sounder of anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Yeah, all Sunday I was not having it, you know. When I start out with the Bucks, my team usually goes the way the Bucks do. And they did okay, not great. 19 from Brady, 6.5 from Evans and Gronk. And then we get into the mid-afternoon games, and Tad's just lighting me up. And then fucking Calvin Ridley gets another touchdown, and at that point, I think I'm mathematically eliminated. I'm done.
He fucking threw a touchdown.
Yes.
No. He caught a touchdown from Russell Gage. Gage threw the touchdown.
And at that point, I said jokingly, I was like, the only way I win is if Tad just stops scoring. And he did.
And the universe heard you.
He fucking did. Oh my god, because it was Chase Claypool in the Sunday night game. He was in there for the first half, and then by the third quarter he was on the bench, and you did not see him for the rest of the game. Because what was it? Did he drop passes, or he was just not in the vicinity of where the pass was supposed to go? One way or another, Chase Claypool was on the bench, and I'm seeing the playoffs in my future as a possibility, and I just have to deal with the fucking Ravens defense on Monday night, and boy, what a race those two defenses had to negative points.
Yeah. That Ravens game, if you saw, they score a safety at the end of the game. Do you know how many people won and lost their games based on that one stupid fucking play?
No shit. Yeah. Well, I see this play going, and I'm like, I see Kareem Hunt with the ball, and get out of his hands! Don't fumble it. What are you doing?
Yeah, that safety happens, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't need that to happen. Then I look, and it went from -6 to -4. I'm like, all right. Oh my god!
Never scored a touchdown. That's what you needed to be worried about.
Well, even a touchdown, I think I would have been okay, because it would have
gone to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was worried about them. You know, they didn't get into the real negatives until the last, until the fourth quarter.
It got wild.
I was like, you know, Nyes looks like he's got this, But if that Baltimore defense scores a touchdown, like it's gonna be real close.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going down and down and down and down.
And Baker Mayfield was throwing some wild ass passes. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting out of this without one interception.
Yep.
Well, he was throwing to save his job.
So you guys, over the second half of the season, the last 7 games of these 14 games, you only had 2 losses. You went 5-2. You lost to Mary. You lost to me. And you beat everybody else.
My loves.
Your first wife and your second wife.
Well,
yeah, I didn't have it in you to beat us.
Not that I don't love the rest of you, because I definitely did not lose to Tito that one week.
No, you did not.
And then
It still hurts, by the way.
Let's talk. Well, that was Mahoney's fault. Remember, blame him, because he changed my team name to Do It Tito Beat Me, and then that started the trend of my opponents changing their team name. Specifically, Vetter changed his team name and jinxed himself. And then we go into the final week of the regular season, and Tad changes his team name to We're Going Down Swinging, and he might as well have just left the swinging off of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you admit that as your team name, you've already just said, fuck it, I'm done. Before you even lost.
He got real fate crimed there. And then go back to...
Tad won 6 games in a row. Week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 6 games in a row, and then lost out and got himself eliminated from the playoffs.
And his losing streak started after his infamous tweet, did it not?
Yep.
It did.
Yep.
It did.
Finally saw my quarterback, Kyler Murray, play like a beast. And then...
He
never won again.
Last win. So, I mean, cool. You got to watch the last time you won.
Yep.
And just for the record...
Yeah, pretty much after that, Murray hurt his shoulder, and shit was not the same.
For the record, if Tad ever does listen to this, that Instagram story was not me. That was Mahoney.
That Instagram story was funny as shit, so you're welcome.
Oh, man.
Sorry about life. I didn't do it.
Wow. All right, well, that wraps up the final week of the regular season, so let's head over to Tito with the standings after week 14.
All right, so this is it. This is the final regular season standings. So we'll start in the Cybertron division, which happened to be Garbage Mountain this season, by the way. I won the division at 10-4.
I mean, are we Garbage Mountain? Isn't every division Garbage Mountain this year?
No, look at Japan shit.
I mean, look at the
Look
records.
at Japan shit. There's only one team above 500.
Right.
No, but the other 2 teams are at 500. We have 2 teams under 500. There's 2 divisions with 2
Thanks,
teams under
Mahoney.
500.
You fucking blew the curve.
There's only 3
you couldn't
teams
go
above
at least
500 in the
500?
whole. 4 teams above 500 in the whole league. Everybody's Garbage Mountain. You're all a bunch of garbage. There's 4 good teams.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there were 3 people in Japan shit that were possibly going to make the playoffs. So.
Yeah, you know why? Because everybody's garbage.
No, everybody's middle of the pack. Nobody stood out, but everybody was middle of the pack. All right, so Cybertron, I took the division at 10-4, followed by Jose at 7-7, Mahoney at 6-8, and Juan at 4-10. So I wonder if Juan's doing a little dance at home now that he finished 4-10. But anyway, over at Hell's Kitchen, Matt at 10-4. So him and I have matching records. I just beat him by points. Mo comes in at 8-6 to take the wild card. Mary at 6-8. And Kelly at 5-9. So Kelly went 1-9 after going 4-0.
Yeah, that's really.
Oh, you
rough.
mean after that trade?
It was 2 trades, Jose. 2 trades.
It's all the same to me. It's all the trade.
It's all collusion.
Don't encourage him.
He knows what's up. He sees it.
All right, going over to Japan shit. Nice wins the division with 8-6. Then you have Tad and Vetter both at 7-7, and Goat at 6-8. So if we go over to the season stats, points for
Nice.
the overall standings right now. This is how it stands right now, obviously without the playoffs and the losers bracket going. The number one team, I'm the number one team with 1,739 points and a half points, excuse me. Coming after me is Jose, far behind me. So Jose with 1,509 points and didn't make the playoffs.
Points.
Second most points by a little bit. Imagine the clusterfuck of all these teams winning, and Jose, like if things turned out differently, Mary wins, Jose wins,
Mm-hmm.
and Jose possibly losing because he sat his defense on that game he played against Tad.
Yeah, because there are
'Cause he would've
4
lost on
teams.
points.
There's 4 teams that are within.
Well,
9
yeah, but I
points
could
of
have
each
played
other.
that defense and got -4 points.
Yeah, but
and
I
even
don't think
went
it did.
farther.
But you did.
I don't think it did. I mean, we
It
know
did.
what that defense scored. They didn't score negative points.
Yeah, because they were on a fucking bye.
Well, any defense, whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't not play my defense was on a bye.
No, you didn't play defense. You had an
I could have
option to
picked
play
some. So
defense.
anybody I could have picked up, it was a flip of the coin. They could have got me plus, but we've seen this year a lot of defenses got negative.
Yeah.
I would have to go back and see that week who was available, who I would have picked,
Yeah,
and look at their
we'll
score.
never know.
Well, I mean, we could.
No.
All
But
right, so
if
let's-
Jose had
Either
won,
way, it didn't matter because I would have beat everybody on points.
yeah, if Jose would have won, he would have beat everyone on points because he has the second most points. I like looking at me and Vetter. I have 1,474.5 points, and he had 1,474 points.
Oh man. Yeah.
Now that is some fucking.
That's
Imagine
a hard-
beating if he had pulled out the win against Goat and lost his way out of the playoffs by 0.5 points.
Yeah, but
rough.
he would have still gotten the wild card if everything else had gone the same way. Wait, no, he wouldn't have. Mel
Yeah.
would have still had the wild card because of
Right.
points.
Right.
It's wild. Wild shit, man.
I had a lot
Let's-
of peaks and valleys. Like I had a week where I'd put up 175, and then the next week I'd put up fucking 60.
175, get out of here. This isn't the MAGA League.
I put up some points this fucking year.
Not 175, though.
150,
Your
154. Excuse
Your
me.
highest points this year was 136.5. I'm looking at you right now.
Oh, in your face.
So 136.
That's a lot of points. Don't get me wrong.
It's a lot of points. It's
Not
a
175, but it's a lot of points.
All right, if we go over to the playoff brackets, we can see I'm going against Mel. Good luck, Mel, this week in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs. And Nyes going against Shark, and Sharks already has points on the board with 7.5 points.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
All right.
Oh
and
shit!
we go-
I forgot it was a game.
Yeah.
Seven and a
I
half-
know. I've been keeping it quiet because I could watch the game and not hear you say what happened before it happens.
Oh, Shark has 7.5 points, but his projections have gone down. So
Yeah, it's his running back. It's his RB1. It's only got
Yeah.
him 7.5 points so
Josh
far.
Jacobs isn't doing shit right now. All right. So if you go over to the consolidation ladder, as they call it
consolation
here-
ladder.
Consolation ladder, excuse me, as they call it here.
You sound like me trying to say Mel's last
Say
name.
Mel's last name. Yeah.
It was close. It was
I
close.
tried, man. I tried.
I just
Jose-
found out I don't know how to say Kelly's last name.
Yeah,
And I've known
which
him for
I
like
don't.
10 years.
I don't understand that one because Lee says
Wait,
it out
wait.
loud every week.
How do you say
Yeah,
Kelly's
you
last
know-
name?
It's
Harris.
Harris.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
I was saying harass.
Oh,
And then I was like, hey,
You know
did you
what?
know I've been saying Kelly's
I-
name wrong this whole time? And I was like,
'cause-
I think it's in the intro to the podcast.
Thanks for listening, Mahoney.
I don't
Alright,
listen to our
so-
show.
So Jose's going against Tad right now. Jose's winning right now, 20.5 to 12. Then these are the two games that don't really matter. These are like the middle of the bracket, just
Yeah,
like
you're just playing
standings.
for standings. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm playing for what? I can go 5th or I can go 6th, something like that.
Well, you could go all the way to 8th.
all the way to 8th, but probably what, like no higher than 5th.
No higher
Right.
than yeah. You're either gonna draft. You're gonna draft somewhere between 5 and 8th.
Yeah.
Which at this point, no, wait, it's the opposite. Oh no, yes, yes, it is the same numbers no matter what.
Yeah.
Fucking math.
So like, there's no reason to win these games. Like these games, who cares?
Mary is going against Vetter. And again, Mary has some points on the board right now, 2.5 points. And then the Kerouac. The competition for the Kerouac.
Oof.
You got Mahoney
Stressful.
going against Goat. Neither one of them have anybody going right now. And then Juan going against Kelly. Juan already has 12.5 points on the board. So, the losers face the losers for the Kerouac. Let's get that straight.
So whoever between Goat and I, whoever loses, faces the loser of Kelly and Juan. And then whoever loses between those two first round losers loses the whole league. You're in 12th place. You are the Kerouac. That's how that goes. It's the opposite of the championship, where there's 4 teams that play and the 2 winners play against each other, and then whoever wins is the winner.
Huh.
It's the complete opposite of that. 4 teams play, the 2 losers play each other, and whoever loses is the loser.
Holy shit, you sound like me the past 5 seasons.
Yes. It only took me 3 seasons to get this, with Nice screaming at me. Like, how do you not know this? All right, so that's where we're at right now.
It's exciting. Juan does have 12.5 points, but he is still projected to lose by 7 right now. It's going to
Who's
be
you got 12 points from?
real
What's he
interesting.
doing?
Yeah, what is he
Oh,
have?
Hunter
12?
Darren
Henry.
Waller.
Who's-
Darren Waller.
Darren
Oh yeah,
Waller.
I'm looking at that.
Waller's having a game. so-
Waller had a really, really cool looking touchdown in the first half of this game.
All right. Exciting stuff, you guys. So let us head in to the preview of week 1 of the playoffs. Mahoney's got that for us.
No.
All right, so let's start with the championship matches. We've got Tito and Mel. We got Mary. No, well, no, I see all week.
Yeah.
All
I've been
week
thinking
I've
that's
been
Mary
like
too.
Mary and Matt, but this is you. Just this Mary all over the
It's
place.
like your fucking team name. I always think it's Kelly.
So we got Matt and I's Tito and Mel. Tito projected with a slight lead, but really not that much.
This is going to be a game. Listen, if Aaron Rodgers keeps doing what he's doing, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
you know
don't
what?
agree.
Russell Wilson's not playing the Jets next week.
Nope. Mel has, if I'm looking at the schedule, Mel hasn't put up less than 100 points since week 9.
Oh God.
So
Yeah,
you can't mess around. 2 weeks over that time frame with 130 plus. So,
Jesus.
and in
That's
week
some
7,
wild card.
161. We all remember week 7.
Which one of you motherfuckers let him get the wild card? God damn it.
Pick a name. There was like 8 of them.
Half of them.
Yeah, I'm partially
man.
to
Not
blame.
me, guys. Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Oh, my trades went good, and I mean really good. So thank you, Tito. Thank you, Jose.
Hey,
No problem.
and I will just say you're welcome for shit talking Aaron Rodgers nonstop during the draft special and allowing you to pick him up on waivers in whatever week you finally got him.
Oh wow.
The first week, after the first week. The potential MVP of the league went
Yeah.
undrafted.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I drafted him, and then I dropped
No.
him, and then I just redrafted him or picked him up on a waiver.
Yeah, because he was picked up after week 1 on waivers.
Yeah, and I was upset that Jose got damn Cam. I was like, who am I gonna get now? Aaron
Yes, I'll
Rodgers.
settle for Aaron
No,
Rodgers.
Again,
the MVP.
again, you're welcome.
The second ranked quarterback, or the second quarterback from scoring in the whole league.
Yeah, pretty thankful you cammed if you don't, huh?
Yeah, no shit. Just imagine if I would have picked up Aaron Rodgers that first week of waiver wires just to have him. Could have all been different.
Could have all been different, but you didn't.
You the man, Jose. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
We got
You're doing my part.
so we got Nyes.
Net.
We got Nyes and Matt over here, and Nyes has a 4-point lead in the projections, but Matt's already got 2 of his players going.
Yep, he got 4.5 points from Jacobs. This is at halftime. 4.5 points from Jacobs, and Carlson, who's the kicker of Las Vegas, with 4 points.
Yep, and Vegas lost their quarterback.
Yeah, he
pulled the
he
groin.
broke his dick.
He's
He broke
out.
his dick. He broke his dick.
Oh shit!
So
Carr
you got
broke his
Mariota now, right?
dick, huh?
Yep, they got Mariota in. Carr pointed downfield to somebody to be like, "Get ready, I'm going to throw it to you," and then he grabbed his dick and limped off the field. And we haven't seen him since. So
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back either. So that doesn't bode well if you've got the running back, and it's sure not great if you've got the kicker, because they're probably not going to be getting into kicking position. So
Thankfully, Carr is on my bench, along with Nelson Aguilar and the Raiders defense. Also,
Choices.
someone who's on my bench, actually technically on my IR, and is probably going to stay that way, is Christian McCaffrey again.
yeah, I think you are probably safe to drop Christian McCaffrey.
You know what?
No, don't drop him.
No.
Don't drop him. The moment you drop him is the moment your team dive bombs.
But also, I want him to sit on that IR and watch as I limp my way into the championship
That's fine.
without my number one pick for
This is how you do it, you stupid asshole.
go film another commercial, you white bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. You remember my trade offer, Rodgers for McCaffrey, straight up?
Was it Rogers?
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh,
You
Rodgers
making
for
that?
McCaffrey, straight up.
I mean, I don't know. See, I was still holding out
I don't
hope.
know if I would have wanted the top 2 quarterback in the league for a running back who got me 30 points all season.
Hey, man, it's worked out for me.
I was like, you don't understand. I like being the underdog.
I
Sound
kind
like
of do.
Jose now.
I kind of do. I wish I was projected under Shark at this point.
I think you might have been at the beginning. It's just
I think
that
at the
Shark
beginning
team
you
is
were.
falling like a stone. So
Oh, and Kittle might be coming back next week.
Oh,
Not
shit.
this week. Not this week. Next week.
Next week.
We didn't talk at all about my bench.
Yeah, but do you trust?
Last week, I had T.Y. Hilton again getting like 20-something points.
Oh, and
Samuel had 11. Aguilar had like 14. It was nuts. My entire bench did better than most of my team, but somehow was able to squeak out that win. I didn't do it. Tad did it.
Man,
Thank you.
T.Y. Hilton got that resurrection stone from Harry Potter because he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the
yeah, because
He remember how to play football.
all the
his
reports I'm
agent
seeing,
was like,
it's
you
like
do know your contract's up, right? And like, you don't produce, no one's gonna pay you. And he's like, oh shit, right? touchdown, touchdown.
Yeah, all the fantasy forecasts are like, if you have T.Y. Hilton, put him in your starting lineup, you dumb asshole. So I'm going to do that this week.
it's a good plan. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so then we got 2 games that don't matter. The 2 games that don't matter is Tad and Jose.
All
They're
right.
projected within 3 points of each other, even with the players they've got going now. But doesn't matter. It's all just for standings. So if I was in the games for the standings, I would be hoping to lose my way down to 8th because we draft in reverse order.
So you're trying to get that $10 from Nyes by picking Mahomes? Trying to get that first pick?
Exactly. Yeah, I want my earliest shot at getting Mahomes so I can get $10.
Pay up, Nyes.
I know a deal when I hear
Hey,
one.
man. I stick to my deals. I'm a man of my word.
I believe it. We got Mary and Vetter, 106 to 103 in the projections. Again, though, does nothing Nothing will come of it. It's all just for standings. So these are the games where it's fun to like experiment. Like these are the games where it's fun to be like, I think this random person might go off. Like, let's see. You know, like fun to mess around.
Let me bring in a female soccer player as my kicker this week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. All right, and in our Kerouacs, we got Juan and Kelly. Now, Kelly, as we just mentioned, has gone 1-9. So that's not wonderful. And Kelly has not scored more than 80 points since week 11.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, Juan had a rough week last week, but Juan usually does pretty well. So this is a dangerous week for Kelly. Because you don't want to lose this game. You lose this game, you're in the Kerouac. You win this game, who gives a shit about next week?
Mm-hmm.
You're safe. Your season is safe. You are not the Kerouac.
You could delete the app until August if you want.
Seriously. Seriously. So dangerous week for Kelly. I'm pulling for him. I hope that he doesn't find himself in the Kerouac.
Still sitting Blankenship, huh? Still, he tinkered. He lineup tinkered. He put Swift back in. He put Lamar back in.
But he didn't put Blankenship back in?
Still kept Rodrigo on the bench.
I don't know. Yeah,
Kelly.
Somebody get him on the line.
He's even projected more.
What did he do? Did he like personally offend him?
Somebody go wake up Kelly.
I don't like his
Blankenship. Like, say something bad about Kelly's mom.
He's got some things on his mind right now. He'll figure it out by the one thing though is we got to keep an eye on is that Saturday game. So Kelly will figure it out.
There's a Saturday game this week.
I'll send him.
All right, and the other Kerouac game is me and Goat, and I'm fucking terrified of playing Goat because Goat has Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's going against the worst run defense in the entire league, and that does not bode well for me. Like, of all the friggin' weeks to have to play Goat, I got to play Goat this week. Not good.
And what's the projections are 114, 110 with Mahoney at 114.
Yeah, which is essentially equal. Like 4 points is nothing.
4 points on the shit.
Yeah. And remember, last week, Goat scored 154 points. So, not good. Not loving this.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to keep up those numbers consistently. And he hasn't been able to. It's all over the map.
I hope he can't. I hope that this week he puts up about 60, and then next week when he's playing Juan, he can score 500 for all I care.
All right, well, let's take a look at our picks for round 1 of the playoffs. We got Mahoney as a favorite against Goat. Tito as the favorite against Mel. Sorry, Mel.
Mel, if it's any consolidation, I did pick you.
Well, yeah, because Tito.
I did pick you too. I'm not picking Tito, just in case.
I'm the pick across the board against Matt. Jose's got the edge over Tad. Everyone's got Mary, and everyone's got Kelly. So that's pretty cool. All right. So, I mean, that's about it. It's down to the nitty gritty, so we don't have to analyze everything as much as we usually do because we're getting into the playoffs. So let's head into the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right. Final thoughts. Let's start with Mel. Final thoughts, Mel, on going into round 1 of the playoffs or just the season as a whole. Whatever you got.
Like I said, I kind of like Tito's team like a lot. But any given Sunday, anything can happen.
No, you can't use my strategy, Mel.
Okay.
Because I shall use it against you.
As far as the season goes, it was fun. I mean, a lot of people were kind of in the same boat and just took off after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was competitive. That's what makes this one fun.
Most definitely. I'd say one of the most competitive seasons we've had in a while.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
it has been.
I started 0-6. I wasn't eliminated until like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
That's wild. I started 0-6 and I finished 1 game behind like 4 teams. Like, that's doesn't make any sense.
Man, I pretty much shit the bed in my other leagues. It was horrible. This one, okay.
We don't talk about other leagues here.
Yeah, what are other
I
leagues?
just saw the replay of Derek Carr going out holding his dick.
Oh,
see?
no.
He was just
Yeah.
hopping and limping like a pogo stick holding his crotch. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, ow, oh.
All right, Commissioner Tito, what do you got?
All right, this is more of a warning. So those middle of the pack teams, if you're thinking about sandbagging and not starting somebody, if you do that, I'm going to put your highest bench score in as your points. Okay? Nobody sandbags. Okay? So play your lineups, play who you'd normally play, and let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, my God.
So much for this is the fun time to experiment.
You better
just
send
made
out
the
an
list,
email or
motherfucker. He's
something.
watching you.
Jesus. Wow.
Yikes.
Dropping the hammer. I love it. Can you do that?
Yeah, of course I can.
Dude,
He can
He's
do
a
anything.
fucking commissioner.
fucking
I have the option to adjust points.
hook it up,
Can
man.
you go back
You
and
can
do
go
that
in there
for
and
some
drop
of
your whole
my
team.
past weeks?
But so here's the thing: if I adjust anything, you guys get notifications on it. Like I can't do something to scoring without the league knowing.
No. Turn that off. Turn that off. Be like Pennsylvania. Be like Pennsylvania at 3 a.m. with a bunch of Biden votes and make sure that I beat Shark week 1 of the playoffs. I appreciate it. Thank you.
He'll pay you $10.
You got it.
All right, Jose. Current champion, soon to be former champion.
That is true. It's going to be interesting. It's the road to getting it back.
Right.
That's all that means. I got one more farewell tour at the belt until I don't, motherfuckers. So you all can't stop me from taking pictures with it.
You're kind of the LeBron to my Jordan. You just can't string those 2 3-peats together.
Listen, Jose, before you mail out the belt, just please sanitize it.
I'm bringing that motherfucker. I'm wearing it all the way up to wherever I'm taking it.
He's bringing the Florida flavored COVID up to New York if you win, Tito.
Oh, God.
It's citrus
going-
flavored.
So where would you rather go? Cali, New York, Ohio, or down the block?
Cali?
How about this? Not Ohio. All right.
Hey, just drop it at my door. I won't open the door. Just drop it.
Step away.
Contactless delivery. Contactless delivery, Jose.
You just wave from the driveway.
We'll have a certain knock. When you hear this, then you knock the 2 back. I'll leave the belt.
Real unique knock you got there. No one will be able to replicate that. All right, Mahoney. Final thoughts.
All right. So Tito doesn't want any of those middle of the pack teams to be throwing their games. What I'm going to say is you were playing in the middle of the pack. You're playing for nothing. Stay out of the waivers, okay? Some of us have shit to do. There's no reason for you to pick up players or be messing with your teams. Play with who you got and leave the rest of them for those of us who have something on the line.
Yeah.
Jose.
If you're in the bottom of the league and you're just
but
now
doesn't that go with play?
I'm just saying.
It's a normal week.
Who's figuring out waivers in week 1 of the playoffs when they're in the bottom 4? Come on, get out of here.
Me! I know how the waivers work.
You do know how the waivers
can
work.
pick up waivers, but I can't.
I didn't
Yes,
say
because
you.
you're not playing for anything.
Yeah,
you have nothing
What
to
are you
play
playing
for.
He's playing.
I'm
I'm
playing
playing
the
Kerouac.
the Kerouac.
He's playing to
Jose.
survive.
Jose, are you going to start Jalen Hurts this week?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Well, I
It's
can't now because I forgot there was a game and Herbert's locked.
Herbert's locked in.
How do you forget there's a game?
No
You're
way
the
were
one
you
using
starting. No way were you starting Jalen Hurts over Herbert.
Well, who wants him? I'll trade
But-
you.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Mahoney, how many weeks have you been number 1 on the waiver list, though? Like
Uh,
every week, right?
Most of
Yeah,
them.
if you haven't picked up a good guy by now, don't give me shit about it.
He's picked up all kinds of good guys.
I picked up plenty of good people on the waivers. Okay, I had some bad luck for a stretch there where everybody I would pick up on waivers wouldn't play, which was a real shitty time for me. But
don't give me shit.
all I'm
because
saying is, if your game doesn't count for anything, play with who you got. You already have.
I don't want a higher draft pick.
Why would you want a higher draft? Why would you want to move in the opposite direction?
Don't tell me how to run my team.
I'm telling you exactly how to run your team, and I'm saying stay off the waivers.
Get the fuck off the waivers, Jose.
Why can't I still play? I gotta keep my shit.
You don't have anything to play for.
Yeah, I am still playing to block everyone.
Oh, please. New rule, anybody who's in the middle of the pack picks up a player, they get dropped immediately. And then another random player from their team also gets dropped.
I don't want to hear. I just hear crying over spilled milk.
I don't know, man.
Oh, shit. I think Renfro died.
Oh, no.
Did he break his neck too?
You saw his spirit leave his body?
I saw him crumble into the ground and not move.
All right, well, while we're waiting for the death certificate of Hunter Renfro, give me my new name for this week, Mahoney.
All right. Well, your new name, for those of you who cross-listen to both the Pop Fantasy Football Recap and the flagship Panels on Pages podcast every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the same YouTube channel. We already know what Nice's team name is going to be, and that is going to be I'm Adult Kelly.
All right, so am I going I'm and then Adult Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly how I would do it. Yep.
And then my abbreviation will be
Kelly?
Maybe Kelly with no E.
Kelly. K-L-L-Y.
Yeah, love it.
So cool. So we're going to have two different teams with the name Kelly in the team name, and then we're also going to have Kelly's team. Wonderful.
Actual Kelly. Yep.
All right.
So there's 3 Kellys in the league, but Nice, you're Adult Kelly.
You're Adult Kelly.
I'm Adult Kelly. Wonderful.
You're the one that can drink.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so join us again next week for Pop Fantasy Football. Be sure to download Pop Fantasy Football and the Panels on Pages podcast on your favorite podcast app. And be sure to leave us a review, 5 stars, share it with your friends, whatever the fuck you can do. Please do it. We appreciate it. And be sure to smash that like button here on YouTube and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Be sure to watch Pop Fantasy Football live every week and chat with us in real time. You can get the Panels on Pages podcast live on YouTube every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Mahoney's top 6 TikToks of the week, which the past 2 weeks, such a disparity in quality. And he did it on purpose because he knows what he's doing and he's a sick man. And then besides that, we got 10 years of groundbreaking Panels on Pages video content. Check out the new PanelsOnPages.com and buy our merch at merch.panelsonpages.com. We got Pop merch on there. We got Pop Fantasy Football merch on there. Stone Cold Creamery, whatever you want, we got it. Jose found out just 2 weeks ago we got pillows on there. You want a pillow that says population on it? Get it. And all of our classic vintage Pop merch, all those classic Pop logos are going to be discontinued at the end of this year. So if you want those, get them as soon as possible. And be sure to join the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com. Get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel. Mel's in there. All of us are in there talking shit. It's a good time. I highly recommend it, even if you're not part of the league. And as always, we're going to leave you with a quote from the great Vince Lombardi. And this one goes out to Thatcher E. Cleveland. A team that thinks it's going to lose is going to lose. For Tito Cruz, Dan Mahoney, Jose Guzman, Mel, and myself, Jason Nyes. Thanks for... Go ahead.
Aguilar, I think, just snapped his hand. He held his hand up, and his fucking finger was going the other way.
Oh my God. And Nelson Aguilar, thanks for joining us for the Pop Fantasy Football Week 14 recap. Good luck to everyone competing in this league and beyond, and we'll see you next week.
The whole thing's fucked.